This talk is entitled, Leave Your Stuff at the Door of ISKCON. So, what's our stuff? Our stuff is all the things that Prabhupada is trying to purify us from. All the things that Prabhupada is saying detach from. And a lot of this is not external, it's internal. It's attitudes. It's beliefs. It's ways of thinking. It's ways of seeing. When we become devotees, we're meant to leave that at the door. We don't want to bring in our rubbish, our trash to ISKCON and pollute the pure environment. Prabhupada created a movement in which he wanted to create pure devotees. Examples of his teachings. And when we set an example of Prabhupada's teachings, it builds faith in people. Conversely, when we don't set a good example of Prabhupada's teachings, people lose faith. How will they have faith in a philosophy in which the people who are supposed to be the exemplars of that philosophy can't practice it, or they don't practice it well, or they exhibit qualities which are antithetical to the qualities of the devotees that Prabhupada talks about in his books? Where we have Gita Nagari, the village in which the teachings of the Gita are lived. Every temple is meant to be that way. So now, we're conditioned souls. It's not easy to be exemplary. But if we're dedicated to Prabhupada, we will make the sacrifice of not giving in to our anarthas, not giving in to our conditioning. We will make the vow to ourselves and to Prabhupada that in this life, because you've asked me to do this and not to do that, I will make that sacrifice so that I can purify myself and I also can keep ISKCON pure. I don't want to do anything to in any way contaminate the purity of ISKCON by my own thinking or by my actions. This is the vow, this is the internal determination a devotee makes. In this life, I will not do this ever again. Why? Because Prabhupada does not want me to do this. I will not do this ever again. Why? Because this is not the way a devotee behaves, or this is not the way a devotee thinks. Now, it may be my nature, my conditioning to act that way, but because I'm serious about being Krishna conscious and therefore serious about pleasing Prabhupada, I make that commitment that even though I would like to do this, in this life, I renounce this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to allow my stuff to come in. Now, what's a problem in this? One of the problems is excuses. We all understand excuses, but sometimes we foolishly tell ourselves, make excuses to ourselves to rationalize our weaknesses, to validate ourselves in a way we shouldn't be validated, to validate ourselves to do something wrong. So if you tell yourself something, well, I'm doing this because, listen to what you're saying and ask yourself, can I really believe what I'm telling myself? Because a lot of times you'll find you're just making excuses to rationalize a behavior that you think you can't follow or you don't want to follow, when in fact you could if you didn't make those rationales. So, now that we're in ISKCON, we want to keep ISKCON pure. We want to always be hearing and chanting. We don't want to be gossiping. Prabhupada said gossip would destroy the movement. Some of us have a tendency to gossip. Some of us have a tendency to be very, very critical. Leave that at the door. That's not what we're meant to do. Devotees are meant to hear and chant their way back to Godhead. You can't gossip your way back to Godhead. You can't fault find your way back to Godhead. You can't help anybody through your gossip, through your fault finding, through your envy, jealousy, and so forth. All of that we're meant to leave at the door so we can practice pure devotional service and so we can share that with others and we can set an example for others. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.